Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing, and today we're going to be looking at a feeling of despair or hopelessness, that feeling of being doomed, which might arise for a number of different reasons. It could be because of a physical condition, chronic health issues. It could be because of the news, something happening in the world, in our communities. It might be because of our own situations. It might be that we're triggered in some of our own old wounding. And so please feel free to adapt this video, change the words. You can pause if you need to. And also, of course, this is not intended to replace psychiatric or psychological treatment and support. So if the feelings of despair are really intense, I invite you to reach out for other types of support. In the meantime, I invite you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And to start feeling into whatever emotion has arisen that led you to want to do this video. Noticing what the specific emotions are for you, where you feel it in your body. If there's a belief or a narrative or a story attached to it. If this feeling feels familiar in any way. And if it does, noticing if there's a felt sense of something similar, maybe a memory, time frame, and age. And if not, that's totally fine. We're just getting curious, noticing. Taking another breath, maybe sending compassion to whatever might have come up for you. And when you're ready, you can either open your eyes or keep them closed. I'll be naming the points. And you can repeat what I'm saying either out loud or in your head. And again, feel free to change the words when you repeat them to fit your particular circumstances. Tapping on the side of your hand. Even though I'm feeling hopeless, despair, sometimes it feels like I'm doomed, we're doomed, there's no point. I'm open to loving and accepting myself deeply and completely, even with all of this. Good, deep breath. Tapping on the head. Hello, part of me that feels so hopeless. Inside of the eyebrows, despairing outside of the eyes, powerless under the eyes. I see you under and above the lips. I feel you. Under the collarbone. I acknowledge you for being so feeling. Middle of the sternum. Feeling so much. Ribs. I know that can be really hard. side of the body, especially right now. Inside of the wrist, with everything going on. Outside, breathe. Other wrist. It's okay to be struggling. I know it's hard. Deep breath. Tapping all over the head. I know it feels like it will never get better. Inside of the eyebrows, that you'll always be feeling this way. Taking a deep breath. Outside of the eyes. I know you're trying to avoid having false hope under the eyes and then being disappointed under and above the lips. Thanks for wanting me to be realistic. Under the collarbone, to know what I'm up against. Deep breath. Middle of the sternum. Hi, part of me that's wondering, what's the point? Ribs. I know it all feels so big. Side of the body, so out of control. Inside and outside of the wrist. I feel you. Other wrist. I know sometimes it can be hard to see a future. All over the head. Or you're so focused on the future. Inside of the eyebrows. And the worst case scenario of it. Outside of the eyes. And it's possible that there's nothing that we can figure out right now. Under the eyes. And maybe there's nothing to figure out. Under and above the lips. Nothing to fix. Deep breath. Under the collarbone. Maybe I can stay right where I am. Breathe. Middle of the sternum. Hello, young self. Ribs. I feel you. Side of the body. I know you're activated. Wrist. Scared. Other wrist. I know it's reminding you of all the times when. And you can name out loud some of the things in your past where you might have felt powerless, hopeless, out of control, that this might be reminding your young self of. Head. Inside of the eyes, breathe. outside of the eyes. And it's possible that we're safe now under the eyes. And it's okay if it doesn't feel that way. Under and above the lips, breathe. I'm bringing healing energy under the collarbone to that young self. Middle of the sternum, breathe. Tapping on the ribs. And I invite you to close your eyes for a moment. For the next little bit, you don't need to repeat what I'm saying. You can keep tapping or stop tapping. And just imagine that your adult self is there with your young self. Side of the body if you're still tapping. And imagine that you're bringing him, her, them to some place that feels really safe, calming, rest. And taking a few breaths, inviting the mind to quiet a little to whatever extent feels accessible. Other wrist. And just feeling yourself drop down into your body with each breath. And this safe place can be inside, can be out in nature, can be a real place, imaginary, a type of place, composite, tapping on the head. Inside of the eyebrows, and just feeling this place in as much detail as possible. Outside of the eyes, noticing smells, colors, sounds under the eyes. Imagining, sensing, feeling that you and the younger self are both there. Getting a bit of a reprieve under and above the lips. Allowing yourself to be held for a moment. Under the collarbone. Knowing that there's nothing to do in this moment. Middle of the sternum, breathe. Allowing your nervous system to reset. Ribs, allowing the energy of wherever you are to start cleansing you, your energy field, bringing everything into current time, dissolving any past events or memories that might have gotten activated by whatever current situation there is. Side of the body. Taking another breath. And asking, inviting the feeling, the image, the place where you are right now in your imagination, wrist, for any message, healing, energy, other wrists that might help the hopeless part feel less alone. And it could be words, it could be sounds, color, vibration. And all of this might be a visual, but it could also just be a felt sense in your body. Could be hearing things, smelling, just have an inner knowing. Whatever you're sensing matters, is relevant. There's no one way of sensing this. Tapping on the head, and you can repeat after me. It's possible that I'm not alone. Inside of the eyebrows, it's possible that I'm held and supported. Outside of the eyes, it's possible under the eyes when I'm wondering what the point is. Under and above the lips, that I can ask the earth. Under the collarbone, the mountains. Middle of the sternum, the sky. Ribs, the trees. Side of the body, who've been doing this a long time. If they have any wisdom for me. Wrist, and if not, that's okay. I can just be where I am. Other wrist. Breathe. And then if you got an image and it felt supportive, or a feeling, again, it doesn't have to be visual, sensation, just bringing that with all of its senses, colors, physical sensations, feelings into your crown. And feeling that permeate all the neural pathways that have been conditioned to feeling fear, powerless, small, at the mercy of whatever's happening, and replace them with whatever feeling you were having. Bring that into every muscle, cell in your body. And then bring all of that into your heart, filling all 4 chambers of your heart with that sensation, image, feeling, message received. And then letting it radiate back out, sending it up and down your timeline. And then when you're ready, tapping all over your body, shaking out, touching something, grounding. Beautiful. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I hope it was helpful. If it was, feel free to like, subscribe if you haven't, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And if you're interested in working with me, all of the information is down below. I do offer 30-minute free consultations, and I work a lot with people who are highly sensitive, who might be going through a lot, who might be having some of these feelings. Thank you.